7 First Alert weather. This is 7 Eyewitness News at 11.
Investigators are still trying to determine who killed 8 members of a family in southern Ohio and why. The 7 adults and 1 teenage boy were found dead at 4 locations yesterday with gunshots to the head. Tonight, at least 1 suspect is still at large, and now a Cincinnati area businessman is offering a $25,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest and a conviction. We get more now from ABC News.
Who left a trail of carnage at 4 murder scenes in southern Ohio?
You think they're both dead? I think they're both dead.
If police know who shot 8 people dead in a killing spree or why, they are not saying.
Never have I ever imagined such devastation to a family, to a county.
All the victims were from the Roden family, ranging in age from 16 to 44, all shot at close range, execution style, some apparently as they slept, and their bodies found in 4 homes less than 2 miles apart.
It's heartbreaking. I mean, you know, the one mom apparently was killed in her bed with the 4-day-old right there.
That newborn among 3 children left unharmed. This small, close-knit community is now in shock.
They're broken. They're angry. They're grieving.
And they are scared.
We do not know whether we're talking about 1 individual or 2 or 3 or more.
Fears for public safety is now driving the desperate search for whoever pulled the trigger.
There's a strong possibility that any individuals involved with this are armed and extremely dangerous.
This as the Roden family is asking for prayers and for information from the public. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Also happening across the country tonight on 7 Eyewitness News, police have identified the man they say shot 2 police officers at a suburban Phoenix Walmart store this morning. Chandler police say 24-year-old Mitchell Oakley was killed after opening fire on the officers who were responding to a call about a trespasser. They say Oakley was a transient, but he has family in the Chandler area. Both officers are in stable condition tonight. All new at 11 on 7 Eyewitness News, a man with a long history of alcohol-related arrests has been arrested again, this time for driving under the influence of drugs. Police stopped 41-year-old Hafed Elaudi trying to drive out of the Tops parking lot on Southwestern Boulevard in Orchard Park early this morning. This is the 6th time he's been arrested for DWI or driving under the influence of drugs, and he is now facing several felony charges. Also new tonight, police make a bust in Chautauqua County. This is a picture of the suspect, 38-year-old Lindsey Harrison. Police say a SWAT team busted his home on Smith Street in Celeron yesterday. Inside, investigators seized meth, prescription pills, packaging materials, and other drug paraphernalia. Harrison is facing a number of drug charges tonight. Well, things got off to quite a bumpy start at one police station here in western New York this morning. Police officers in the city of Tonawanda were having their daily briefing when they heard a loud bang. It turns out a wild turkey crashed into the window. The police department sent us these pictures of all of the damage done by this giant bird. The officers ran outside to see if the turkey was okay. They say the bird was walking around a little dazed, but then managed to fly away. Well, Niagara County has reported its first case of the Zika virus. It's a story you saw first here on 7 Eyewitness News. The North Tonawanda woman who wants to remain anonymous contracted Zika after taking a mission trip to the Caribbean in January. She returned home after authorities began warning travelers in the region about Zika. Most of her symptoms, she says, have gone away, but the mosquito-borne virus has taken a toll.
I'm exhausted. I'm going to school, and I go to school and I come home and take naps. It's just, I'm just tired all the time.
Last week, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention confirmed the virus causes severe birth defects. For more information, log on to WKBW.com. To labor news tonight, 10 days and counting. That's how long Verizon workers nationwide have been walking the picket line. Last night, local workers staged this rally outside the Verizon facility on Millersport Highway in Gettsville.
This isn't about money. It's not about benefits. It's about job security, protecting the middle class, creating jobs in this area, along with the other areas around Verizon's footprint. We'd like this company to invest not only in its workforce, but in the communities that it serves.
Verizon issued a statement saying it is focused on serving its customers and is ready to negotiate. Well, the presidential candidates are campaigning throughout the Northeast today ahead of Tuesday's primaries in Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. This is all part of Democracy 2016. It's your voice, your vote. It's a frenzy of campaigning in the race for the White House. 5 new contests are just days away, and all of the candidates were out today, including Donald Trump, who addressed comments about who he really is. Here's ABC's Mary Bruce.
If I acted presidential, I guarantee you that this morning I wouldn't be here.
Not exactly changing his tone. GOP frontrunner Donald Trump on the trail in Connecticut, addressing comments from his campaign suggesting his over-the-top rhetoric is just an act.
When he's out on the stage, he's projecting an image that's for that purpose.
In audio obtained by the New York Times, Trump's new campaign chief promises Republican officials that the billionaire will tone things down. But the candidate doesn't seem to be on board with that plan.
I sort of don't like toning it down.
His supporters seem split.
He seems authentic. He just seems very authentic.
Personally hoping that he sounds a little bit more presidential than he has in the past. Because I do like what he stands for, but I don't like the way he's been saying it.
Meanwhile, his main rival, Ted Cruz, accusing Trump of lying.
What's amazing is Donald is telling us that he's lying to us. He is betraying us before the election and giving us a preview.
Can you describe what you mean by that?
Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton sitting down with voters face to face in Connecticut.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you as president.
Well, with your help, we'll get there.
Her rival Bernie Sanders stumping in Maryland, one of 5 states headed to the polls on Tuesday.
And on Tuesday, the people of Maryland can say it is time for a political revolution.
Win or lose, he's vowing to stay in the race till the end. Mary Bruce, ABC News, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Well, can we make it 2 sunny days in a row this weekend? 7 First Alert senior meteorologist Mike Randall is tracking your 7 First Alert most accurate forecast. Hi, Mike.
Good evening, Jill, and a nice one out here right now. Still a little bit cooler than we were at the 6 o'clock hour, but that sunshine's taking a break. It's coming back tomorrow. I'll take a look at our current temperature out at the airport right now. We're sitting at 44 degrees. Winds are a little calmer. We're westerly at 5 miles an hour and mainly clear skies across western New York, and those clear skies will continue. Watch what the temperature does overnight, though. We're going to drop down into the mid-30s and even a little bit colder in some spots, but by tomorrow afternoon we'll be back up into the mid to upper 50s. So we're going to be in pretty good shape for your Sunday with lots of sunshine. Tonight mainly clear. On the cool side, expect an overnight low of about 34 degrees, but as I mentioned, some of those interior valleys especially could be looking at temperatures a little closer to the freezing mark. We'll talk more about that, and we will check out your 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit. Back inside.
Thanks so much, Mike. It's Earth Day weekend here in western New York, and the weather was certainly perfect for a little spring cleaning today. The International Institute of Buffalo held its yearly Welcome Buffalo program here on the city's Lower West Side. Refugee families, along with Buffalo residents, teamed up here cleaning up their neighborhood near the corner of Vermont and 17th Streets.
Community garden. We have public gardening spaces. We have private boxes for people who don't have enough yard and would like to garden. And then every spring the community comes and does a cleanup. And this year we were so fortunate as to have some of our friends from the International Institute offer to come down, bring some other friends, help with the cleanup.
This program helps refugee families become more comfortable in their new surroundings. The event is sponsored by the International Institute. And it was no ordinary day at the beach for this Earth Day event at Woodlawn Beach State Park. Not quite swimming weather, but volunteers still rolled up their sleeves to clean up the beach and get things ready for the warmer months ahead here in western New York.
Over the winter, the ice brings in debris, wind blows in debris, so we had a good turnout of mostly local residents come out today to help us with the cleanup. Big presence from the Girl Scouts today, but you find everything from tires to pylons to old buckets, chairs. Who knows what's going to wash up.
State Assemblyman Sean Ryan sponsored today's cleanup. Everyone who helped also received a free reusable shopping bag from Wegmans. Still to come on 7 Eyewitness News at 11, new information following the sudden death of Prince. Plus, a surprise for fans camped out the singer's Minnesota home. Plus, a little walking can go a long way in the fight against autism right here in Western New York. And from Skywatch 7 tonight, a live look from downtown Buffalo on this clear night. You're watching 7 Eyewitness News at 11.